Vijaya, and today we are going to review the books. And mostly I'm a non-fiction reader, so most of my books are based on non-fiction. So let's get started. Okay, so first one on the list is The Pillow Thoughts. It's a series of poems. Okay, these are for those who are, who are getting interested into the habit of reading. You can start with Pillow Thoughts or the poetries mostly. Let me tell you one of the poetries. Okay. She's that girl who doesn't believe in herself all that much, and for the life of me, I can't understand why. Because my belief in her goes beyond the sky. And like that, it's a really good series, and you can see the covers are also really good. You can see it's of 4 parts. I guess they have the 5th part as well, but I don't have the 5th part. I just have this 4 books with me. So this is the first poetry series that I own. This is the first and only poetry series that I own. The second one on the list is the Twisted series. Don't worry, this is the last series that I possess, so there won't be any more series after this. So, Twisted Love. If you are into some kind of romance or smuts or romantic scenes reader, reader, this book is for you. Okay? Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, Twisted Vice. So you guys can read these books as well. And afterwards, I have read lots of defense books, defense related books as well. Let me show you guys to it. Okay. So here are some of the books. Wait, I have some more, such as this. These are mostly for the defense aspirants, or if you wanna know about defense, or just wanna read some, war heroes related books. This might be your books. So my first book in the defense series will be on General Bipin Rawat. This book talks about his life from childhood till the day he passed away in an airplane crash. So the book is by Rachna Bisht Rawat. She basically writes mostly about defense personnel. So this one is a very good book. I highly recommend you to read this book. It's mostly a biography. Okay. Now, second one on the list is of Lieutenant General Konsam Himalaya Singh. This one is an autobiography. Okay, written by the Lieutenant General himself. He's the first Lieutenant General of Northeast India. This one also covers the life of a defense personnel, but it is told from his own perspective. And it's an autobiography. And this one was a biography. This one is an autobiography. Now, this one is Kargil. There are 8 or 9. There has been an improved version also, where there are now 12 stories. But in this one, we have 8 or 9 stories about the Kargil war heroes. And this one by Michael Morpurgo. I read one of the novels of this author and writes really well. So I bought this book again. It's Shadow. I have not read this book yet, but it is also a defense related book. Next, by the same author, this one. It's called An Eagle in the Shadow, again by the same author, Michael Morpurgo. So yeah, I am about to read this book. Next up we have this book, Gorkha. It's based in Afghanistan. Okay, it's based in one of the missions conducted by the Indian Army in Afghanistan, and the fights, the war, what has happened. So this one, Gorkha. And then last but not the least, we have this one. The book is called Sa's Rock Heroes, but I have not read this book, but I will hopefully. Okay, so these were some of the defense books that I have. Okay, now moving on to My next favorite author, Khaled Hosseini, is just absolute favorite. If you want to talk about tragedies or the excellent books, Khaled Hosseini has to be the one. Okay. The Kite Runner. You must start off. If you are starting off, you must start off with Kite Runner. Okay, and then you can go for a thousand splendid suns and the mountains echo. This one is, you can see, it's the story of a brother and a sister, but there are various twists and turns. I have not read this book completely. I'm halfway through, so I don't want to give any opinions on this book. This book is about Maryam. It is mainly based on women, about how women were tortured, but somehow they find their way back. So this is about this book, and I read this book long time back. I remember The Kite Runner. It is also by the same author, okay? Khaled Hosseini. The Kite Runner. It talks about two friends, Amir and Hassan. I do not have that book with me, but that book, it basically talks about the friendship of two boys and various twists and turns that life brings in their friendship. So yeah, you can obviously try Khaled Hosseini, one of the most renowned authors. Next up, we have books by Chitra Banerjee. The Way She Writes. This is the Last Queen, and this one is The Palace of Illusions. The Last Queen I have read, The Palace of Illusions I'm yet to read. So I figured out from her writing style that she mostly writes about women or women empowerment in general. The Last Queen is about Rani Jindal, one of the queens of Punjab, and the book is really very much engaging if you want to read about women empowerment or women of India in general. This is a very good book. Okay, and The Palace of Illusions, it is again the story of narrated by Manjari, the wife of 5 Pandava brothers, the very kindly of domestic families. Okay. I will not review this book because I have not read this book yet. So I'll give you the reviews on this book once I have read this book. But I've heard great reviews on this book, and this one is, you can definitely give it a read. The Last Queen. And I'll end the video here, but don't worry, I'll come up with part 2 where I'll be reviewing various other non-fiction books such as this, and some of this and that, and a lot more. So stay tuned.